Hi friends, we live in a democracy and the democratic form of the government is the one which guarantees maximum fundamental rights to its citizens. So today let's discuss about the fundamental rights guaranteed by the Indian Constitution to its citizens. Before we go any further, first of all let's define what is a fundamental right. The fundamental rights are named so because they are guaranteed and protected by the Constitution, which is the fundamental law of the land. They are fundamental also in the sense that they are most essential for the all round development of the individual. Now let's look into the fundamental rights guaranteed by the Constitution of India. The fundamental rights are enshrined in the Part 3 of the Indian Constitution from Article 12 to 35. The constitution makers derived inspiration from the Constitution of USA and especially from their Bill of Rights. It is also described as the Magna Carta of the Indian Constitution. It contains a very long and comprehensive list of justiciable fundamental rights. In fact, the fundamental rights in a constitution are more elaborate than those found in the constitution of any other country in the world, including the USA. The fundamental rights are guaranteed by the Constitution to all persons without any discrimination. They uphold the equality of the individuals, the dignity of the individuals, the larger public interest, and the unity of the nation. The fundamental rights in India are not absolute but are qualified ones. That means the state can impose reasonable restrictions on them. However, whether such restrictions are reasonable or not is to be decided by the courts in India. Some are only available to the citizens of India, but majority of them are available to all the persons residing in India. They are defended and guaranteed by the Supreme Court of India. Hence, the aggrieved person can directly go to the Supreme Court. They can be suspended during the operation of the national emergency under Article 352, except the rights guaranteed by Article 20 and 21. Their application can be restricted while the martial law is in force in any area. Here, the martial law means that the military rule imposed under abnormal circumstances to restore order under Article 34. They are not permanent. That means the Parliament can curtail or repeal them, but only by a Constitutional Amendment Act and not by an ordinary act. Now there comes a question. Why do we need fundamental rights in a country? The fundamental rights are meant for promoting the ideal of political democracy. They prevent the establishment of an authoritarian and despotic rule in the country and protect the liberties and freedom of the people against the invasion by the state. They operate as limitations on the tyranny of the executive and arbitrary laws of the legislature. In short, they aim at establishing a government of laws and not of men. Now, let's look into the fundamental rights guaranteed by the Indian Constitution. Originally, the Constitution provided for 7 fundamental rights. However, the right to property was deleted from the list of fundamental rights by the 44th Constitutional Amendment Act of 1978. It is made a legal right under Article 300A in Part 12 of the Indian Constitution. So we can say that at present there are only 6 fundamental rights available to the people. And they include number 1, right to equality, which guarantees equality of all individuals before the law, irrespective of their caste, class, sex, place of birth, etc. Number 2, right to freedom, which gives freedom of speech and expression, movement, association, etc. Number 3, right against exploitation, which prohibits trafficking of human beings and forced labor. Number 4, right to freedom of religion, which gives freedom of profession, practice, and propagation of religion without affecting public order, along with the freedom to manage religious affairs. Number 5, cultural and educational rights. It is indeed the protection of interests of the minorities. And number 6, right to constitutional remedies. These are the remedies for the enforcement of rights conferred by the Part 3 of the Indian Constitution, that are the fundamental rights. Today, we had seen the fundamental rights available in India, its features, and its necessity. I hope you all liked the video. In the next video, we will look into each fundamental right briefly. So stay tuned with me and support me by liking and subscribing the channel. Till then, auf Wiedersehen.